My child, before you do anything else, pause, take a deep breath, and listen to me carefully, because this message is reaching you right now, not by coincidence, not by chance, not by accident, but because your soul needed this reminder. You have been carrying so much pressure, so much uncertainty, so much pain, so many unanswered questions. And even though you kept moving, even though you kept smiling, even though you kept telling others you were fine, deep inside, you have been wondering, when will something finally change for me? You have asked in silence. You have cried in silence. You have waited in silence. And now I need you to hear this. This is not the season where you break. This is the season where things begin to shift. This is the season where old burdens start losing their power. This is the season where confusion begins to clear. This is the season where your faith becomes stronger than your fear. This is the season where what once held you back will no longer control you. So stay with me. Do not rush past this moment, because what I am about to say to you may be the answer your heart has been searching for. My child, people see your face, but they do not always see your fight. They see you showing up, they see you functioning, they see you talking, they see you trying, but they do not see how many times you had to pull yourself together when you felt like falling apart. They do not see the battles in your mind. They do not see the memories that still hurt. They do not see the heaviness you carry when you are alone. And there were moments when you felt exhausted, moments when you felt misunderstood, moments when you felt like no one truly knew how hard it has been for you just to keep going. But hear me now. I saw every part of it. I saw the tears you hid. I saw the nights when your thoughts would not let you rest. I saw the prayers you whispered with barely any strength left. I saw the disappointment that tried to make you believe nothing would ever get better. And I want you to understand this clearly. Just because others did not fully understand your pain does not mean your pain was invisible to me. You were never alone in that room. You were never alone in that storm. You were never alone in that breakdown. Even when it felt silent, I was there. Even when it felt empty, I was there. Even when it felt like you had no answers, I was still holding you together in ways you could not see. That is why you are still here. That is why you did not collapse completely. That is why you survived what should have destroyed you, because I carried you when you were too weak to carry yourself. My child, I know the weight has been heavy, heavy in your thoughts, heavy in your heart, heavy in your spirit. You have been carrying worry about your future, worry about money, worry about relationships, worry about whether things will ever truly work out. And sometimes that weight becomes so normal that you forget what peace even feels like. You wake up tired. You go through the day tired. You lie down tired. Not because your body has done too much, but because your soul has been carrying too much. Listen to me carefully. This heaviness is not your forever. This pressure is not permanent. This pain is not your final chapter. I know it has been difficult, but difficulty is not destiny. I know it has been confusing, but confusion is not your identity. I know it has been dark, but darkness does not get the last word. I am teaching you something in this season. You do not have to carry what was never meant to be carried alone. You keep trying to solve everything. You keep trying to figure everything out. You keep trying to control outcomes that were never yours to control, and it is draining you. So release the burden, release the timeline, release the panic, release the fear that tells you everything must be fixed immediately. Sometimes peace begins not when everything changes around you, but when you stop trying to carry what belongs in my hands. Give it to me. The fear, the future, the pressure, the uncertainty, the thing you keep replaying in your mind. Give it to me, because what is crushing you now will not crush you forever. My child, there is something I need you to stop doing. Stop measuring your progress only by what you can see, because some of the most important things I do in your life happen beneath the surface first. You look for visible results. You look for immediate proof. You look for quick signs. And when you do not see them, you assume nothing is happening. But that is not true. I am working in hidden places. I am changing things you do not yet know have changed. I am moving pieces you cannot yet see. I am protecting you from what you do not even know you were about to walk into. I am delaying some things because I am saving you from pain. I am opening some things because I know you are finally ready. You may feel like you are behind, but you are not behind. You may feel like you missed your moment, but your moment has not passed. You may feel like others are ahead of you, but you are not in competition with anyone else's timeline. I have not forgotten what I placed inside of you. I have not forgotten what you cried out for. I have not forgotten the promises that still live in your spirit. And I say this to you now. You are much closer to change than your emotions are telling you. Do not walk away now. Do not quit now. Do not let discouragement make the decision that faith should be making. Because often, the moment people give up is the exact moment the breakthrough was almost here. Stay steady, stay rooted, stay available, stay ready. Because what is coming will make sense of what felt confusing. My child, you have been grieving losses. Losses of people, losses of plans, losses of expectations, losses of the life you thought would look different by now. And yes, some of those losses hurt deeply because you loved, because you trusted, because you hoped, because you believed something would stay that did not stay. But hear me carefully. Not everything that left you was meant to remain with you. Some people were only meant for a chapter. Some places were only meant for a season. Some opportunities looked good, but would have led you away from what was truly meant for you. And some endings were actually acts of mercy. You called it loss. I called it protection. You called it rejection. I called it redirection. You called it failure. I called it preparation. Do not confuse an ending with the end of your purpose. Do not confuse a closed door with a closed future. Do not confuse silence with abandonment. Sometimes I remove what is familiar because familiar is what keeps you small. Sometimes I allow separation because what is ahead of you requires a different version of you. And not everyone can go there. Not everyone can understand the person you are becoming. Not everyone can stay connected to the growth I am creating in you. So bless what left. Release what ended. Stop chasing what I already removed. Stop begging for what I already blocked. What is truly for you will not require you to betray your peace just to keep it. My child, there have been seasons where life made you question yourself. It made you question your worth. It made you question your voice. It made you question your ability. It made you question whether you were enough. And slowly, without even realizing it, you started shrinking. You started doubting. You started holding back. You started expecting less. You started speaking smaller than the dreams inside of you. But listen to me now. You were not created to live in constant self-doubt. You were not created to apologize for existing. You were not created to hide the gifts I placed in you. You were not created to spend your whole life waiting for someone else to validate what I already confirmed. If I placed a vision in you, there is a reason. If I gave you a voice, there is a reason. If I allowed you to survive what you survived, there is a reason. You are not random. You are not ordinary. You are not forgotten. You are not disqualified. And you are not too late. I am rebuilding your confidence, not so you can become arrogant, but so you can finally walk in the assignment you keep delaying out of fear. Confidence is not pride. Confidence is agreement with what I say about you. So stop repeating what fear says. Stop repeating what your past says. Stop repeating what rejection says. And start aligning your thoughts with truth. You are stronger than you think, wiser than you think, more prepared than you think, and more capable than fear has allowed you to believe. My child, you pray for transformation. You pray for peace. You pray for breakthrough. You pray for new doors. You pray for a different life. And I hear those prayers. But now, hear me. Your habits must begin to align with what you say you want. You cannot ask for clarity while feeding confusion. You cannot ask for peace while constantly entertaining chaos. You cannot ask for purpose while spending all your energy on distractions that drain you. You cannot ask for a new season while refusing to release old patterns. Some things in your life do not need more prayer. They need more discipline, more consistency, more boundaries, more focus, more intentionality. Wake up with purpose. Protect your attention. Guard your thoughts. Be careful what enters your spirit. Be careful what voices you allow to shape your mind. Not everything deserves access to you. Not every opinion deserves weight. Not every distraction deserves your energy. Your future is too important to be built on random habits. You do not need a perfect life. You need a faithful routine. Small choices matter. One better decision matters. One disciplined morning matters. One night of protecting your peace matters. One day of staying focused matters. Because small faithfulness creates powerful momentum, and momentum changes lives. My child, you have spent too much time being afraid of tomorrow, afraid of what might happen, afraid of what might not happen, afraid of whether things will work out, afraid of whether you will fail, afraid of whether you will be enough. And because of that fear, you have sometimes suffered twice, once in imagination and once in reality. But listen carefully. Do not let fear write stories that I never wrote for you. Not every thought is truth. Not every worst-case scenario is prophecy. Not every anxious feeling is a sign that something bad is coming. Fear is loud, but truth is steady. And the truth is this: I am already in the tomorrow you keep worrying about. I am already there. Before you arrive, I am there. Before you understand, I am there. Before the meeting, I am there. Before the decision, I am there. Before the door opens, I am there. So why are you acting like you are walking into the future alone? You are not. Breathe. Release the panic. Release the mental spirals. Release the endless what-ifs. Trade fear for trust. Trade overthinking for prayer. Trade panic for presence. You do not need to know everything now. You only need enough faith for the next step, and I will meet you there.
My child, hear this deeply. The next season of your life will not look like the one that hurt you. The chapter that drained you is not the chapter that will define you. The season that confused you is not the season that will keep you stuck. The battle that exhausted you is not the place where your story ends. You are entering a different rhythm, a different strength, a different clarity, a different mindset, a different level of peace, a different way of carrying yourself. Things are shifting inside you first, and that internal shift will create external change. You will think differently, speak differently, choose differently, respond differently, and because of that, you will walk into places that the old version of you could never have sustained. This is why the hard season mattered. It taught you discernment. It taught you endurance. It taught you boundaries. It taught you wisdom. It taught you how to hear me when the world got loud. And now you are not the same person who first entered the storm. You are stronger now. You are sharper now. You are deeper now. You are more aware now. And what is ahead of you will reveal that none of it was wasted. So lift your head. Do not call yourself stuck anymore. Do not call yourself broken anymore. Do not call yourself too late anymore. Call yourself what I call you: chosen, protected, prepared, loved, and still becoming.
My child, if your heart feels heavy right now, let these words settle into your spirit. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are not too late. You are not too broken. You are not too weak. And this is not the end. I am restoring what fear tried to steal. I am strengthening what pain tried to weaken. I am healing what silence tried to bury. I am rebuilding what disappointment tried to destroy. I am guiding you into a season where you will recognize that I was with you all along. So trust me, one day at a time, one prayer at a time, one step at a time, one act of faith at a time. And remember this always: what is ahead of you is greater than what has been behind you. Stay close, stay steady, stay faithful, because this is the season everything begins to change.